So let's go break down tonight's of Monday Night Raw. So Monday Night Raw was a great and fast show tonight. So to get one application, I might skip this right here on my bottom on my screen below. So anyone that buys something like WWE 2, you get the free sponsor into WrestleMania 42 is in to be on April 18th and April 19th. So it's more about this announcement is coming next month. So let's break down tonight's Raw tonight. So to get two separate ways. So anyone can check out my second channel is Tony's Hunt Reviews. My second channel. Anyone can check it out and be interested in. So let's look up. I like Monday Night Raw tonight. I'll go with Night Without 8. So this was a really good show tonight. So let's go live right here for Monday Night Raw. So before we start off, we have Seth Rollins has a threat to set the forces like Brock Lesnar appears and overframing answers assailants him. So last time in 4 answers, intent of Seth Rollins has been on defeating Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel October 9th. Intent of Seth Rollins hits in the ring to elicit a complaint by an army of a masked man. Added in this hoodie, it was indicates that a former world champion. And he grabbed the mic and he literally played set the forces telling them, I create set of forces, I will create set of forces. He said, and two when Paul Heyman came out, he has been alive on the scene. I'm just able and saved his right eye. And just blood shot in his face. And his voices in the scraped. Obviously, you and my another was war. Oh yeah. It was an honest circle was the worst decision I ever made. He said, as it wanted said before, if I were to cut short, it was an advisement was out like, so I say cancel, you all. Intuitively, Paul Heyman has repented that FAFO has canceled please, but also the last one. It was intended F5 and Brock Lesnar be the cornet made his passing fail. I just that the Beast has stacked into the ring before it wasn't once. It wasn't one by one. It was leaving him has face to face with unfortunately and it was into this area of has dark and overflaming to express it to the ring into the world was planning to deliver a massive power bomb that has flooded the official Hall of Famer a foot on success in a point to the design and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. Ambitious plans appear after his unclear. After of teasing, Brock Lesnar wants to face against Seth Rollins was a great way to kick off this assessment goes. After it makes sense, I've been giving Seth fans money of him that he will call over his inquiry to do his body for him. And with one power bomb, and over Fleming is a bigger top star he is. And then he was before the world was elastic to heal and even had Brock Lesnar look up and tell him to put his foot on his chest and sign off of the playing from the beast and a assessment goes. Personally, because whether you or not, trial at such a post pet of overflaming will face Brock Lesnar after that. There is nothing involving those two that WWE could have done to make it more budget match for a public company that has been criticized and very so this has gotten openly assessment as you could have asked for and just felt like WrestleMania hype. So here's the next match. So we have Anthony and Andrade Cameo goes 1-on-1 against Andrade Cameo as well. I did last time in 4 asses. After of McConnell on the feet, O.C. McConnell, Essentials Basketball, and Eddie Parker of LAA or EYD on March the 14th. After the National and Andrade Cameo, the O.C. for this recap to score off with his Apostle Andrade Cameo in a garage match in weeks in the making. After the O.C. document the contest, sparkling late of has imaging his opponent threw at him. It was a fasten heat fit off and influence from below, but on a YO and toss the ring and slide the major plate inside an McConnell's mask. And when the O.C. came off at the top rope, made his remark and his headbutt, and he caught the weapon. He was climbing in a heap, and McConnell rolled him up and scored to the tournament win. And the winner on this match is Andrade Cameo. WWE has to get Zack Sabre out of this McConnell gimmick ASAP. His return has been ice cold. The crowd prefers has Louis Castle versus other fans in Mexico to fight a little like the biggest babyface in LAA was internet on your fitting and move on that Gabriel still souls has himself. So Arthur also a sets and tricks. Andrew Hewitt did not help or YO in Bravo in your fate, but set OC, but still booed in favor of the storyline. Harry Torn does it with a credible of a department given Satanic involved. The two had good enough of yes chemistry, but the match was overbooked, and so the Tyler crowds in San Antonio was too into the opponent for it to have such offended, so the bookers hope it will. So here's the next match. So we have a women's interclass championship match. So we have AC Lee goes one-on-one against Bailey. A last time info asks AC Lee has been undefeated at American Symbol on February 28th and Bailey lost to Lady Formal of AAA on March 14th. Into Bailey lived out a dream on Monday night has the Suns' hope of AC Lee was the women's Intercolor Championship in what may have been her last shot at scoring a spot on the women's main card. I am looking for WrestleMania. Looking forward. I'll wait for that. Wasn't a highly competent match, and we saw Bailey take the fight to AC Lee, setting inside her personal feelings for the Italian women's who spotted her to get into the business in favor of winning the title. Wasn't on a few because it looked like she might do that. She eliminated Bailey to belly, Simmons simplex. And it was that should have won her set of gold, but AC Lee kicked out at 2. As it wasn't sending Sansa into kick buses in the forces, it normally deposit break the battle Professor into. I just thought mostly us at the match, and Bailey found herself to trap in the black window, and with no choice but to tap out has a champion to with her arm, and just commence a break. Until we saw Becky Lynch attack Izzy Lee and sending her into the wall stage, and then letting her out in the Elite Bay has he sent 8 misses to her and biggest rivalries at this time. So, a winner of this match, AC Lee. So, I think we would have been really nice for the champion and decided to get a full television interest to put all the positive of this one and Brady kind of ate running me into a singles leg, Boston Crab, and some Landstone and Smugglers are now smiling. Intent of this match was a strong match and got the stretch out Agent with any cases of the in-wing asses and a few throwbacks to more of famous masses of each Scapero. It would have been nice to see more. I mean just passes out of Bailey has the attempt to fight her way back into WrestleMania Agent Music last year. So Anya Butthole post-match to in his body language is something that is a full story to track in the coming weeks. And it was times where it was clear that Izzy Reed is still discovering her entering her legs after a side pass away from the Tyler ring, but she settled in nicely in hang in there with belly down to the straps, leading to a strong finish the back window. So here's the next match. So we have Intercollege Championship match. It's all online. So we have Penta goes 1-on-1 against Dragon Lee. So last time in Fall Asses, Penta has Anya Fane and Anya coming on Raw March 9th into Dragon Lee lost to Gunther on Raw March 2nd. And you have two of the elite residuals in personal wrestling squads off in an advertised match. And on Monday has Dragon Lee is in open silence for a title shot at Penta Intercollege Championship. And what result was in Asses Pat in this epic contest between them two competitive early in August that nearly took competent of a quad school double skull dive to the stepping on the outside back inside to the ring to Dragon Lee give it a title. So Dragon Butt was able to keep his opponent down for the count of 3. After he rode to a level, a one last ball, but Penta tossed it, and then the Mexican just rolled and won in wasn't Bengal of a match. And the winner of this match is Penta. Dragon Lee has been in the best match on WWE Facet Show in 2 of the last 3 weeks. He is on a hot streak and is someone of WWE should be focusing on posting sparkly coming out of until WrestleMania into next month. Agnes at the Tyler crowd in San Antonio is no strictly to hostage. Listen replay was very hot for this one and hang on every high spot. And therefore Penta was great. And Dragon Lee was excited and this was a formal way of imparting into the in-ring content about giving both to foreign and live attendance something different in that they are these two. As into backstage, it was Paul Heyman. After he told Logan Paul and Austin Theory that they needed to rewind everybody and winning titles, something to do with that, and they have to get back into a contenders for the Usos for World Tag Team Services. And it last time into Paul Heyman said, this is what he said. I didn't know. Let me give it 1 minute here, guys. I got this highlight you. So let me see. So I heard what Paul Heyman said before. That's not it. Give me 1 second here. Okay, this is what he said. If Paul Heyman wants for us to focus on winning the tag team titles. As you have every night is playing so Lord, please not all replay of what's supposed to with every night when it forces in to all those maps. If Paul Heyman does on Punk from War Games maps at the Survivor Series. So yes, guys, I see is the Usos against Logan Paul, also for the World Tag Team Services at WrestleMania 42, but I didn't want to support every night to at WrestleMania and then, unless it's a triple threat tag team match. I did it because I don't think Braun Breaker is making it back just yet. I knew if every night has a special guest referee, he might. I get me come back to the bloodline. I really think. So, we also the Street Profits at. So, I haven't seen him since until May or soon, I think. And we haven't seen some Street Profits so very much. So let me see. Let me look it up quick. And we haven't seen him since. So we haven't seen him since last year. Since October 2025, the last television match was on October 10th. And we haven't seen him since then. So, moving on. So, okay. Let me see. And this is one hang of on every hot spot, and therefore Penta was great. And Dragon Lee was sunny, and this was a formal way of avoiding in any ring content award, giving both supporting in live and just something different than they are used to. So, the best days about him and Logan Paul and Austin. Yeah. Okay, we did that. So here's the next match. So we have Master Dupree goes 1-on-1 against 99 Hart. So our last time info asks 99 Hart on defeating Master Dupree at referee stoppage on Raw on February 23rd. The last chapter of the rivalries, and 99 Hart square off with Master Dupree in singles competition. The former women's Intercontinental champion was at Masters in Overwhelm, running in often out, wrestled at every turn. That's not what to see attempt to get going see was coming to set point of 90. And just a slow aggressive stall was down to Master Dupree was late when we discussed clothesline points that Super Solo was a submission win. And the winner on this match, 99 Hart. So, intent of this feud could not be any current it is now, but when it was, it felt like a good soul. A non-title program is a women's division back in 2 months about a week before Manny, announcement incident, Matthew Dupree, packing hole, and just set a match up to Michael Cole, attempt to cause it live interview with Randy Orton, but the fumble carried it he did, and to reveal to himself has a kettle to in to remind you set of forces on my head of Jerry that his insect a fat mole. And she did one at a royal family in personal wrestling into of Wrestling at Bass Dave's. It was Dan Hassan of course, and aggressive one for a person also interviewed with Kofi Kingston, the shoots on Evans in Dragon Lee. So, let me see. I got this thing here. So, until update hasn't been doing so, your cost until it hasn't has cost in all. So, let me see. I know who is a face to punching this guy. Cody is going to like this that has some guy. I know who is the man with his face paint and who is of cost. I know often has an only causing people of color makes you think. Well, this quickly becoming one of the funniest gimmicks on Raw. It was a coming at. So, I was thinking about that hasn't might be a comedy with R-Truth. So that's what I'm thinking about. He's a to the comedy guy he is. So you can says does his course, and it hasn't of course also be defended by a moral on law. So I hate to say it, but it's too funny. And this is what the here tone the New Day have come to law. I was thinking about the way it has its towing of, I say, cost instead a whole roster would be caused by into WrestleMania of the New Day hasn't. I'm glad to see that coming. So we need calls at Walmart by 6 in the morning. Agent with assist Watts. Agent then has to do so a dance and sent Abby Reed now about New Day Rocks. New Day Rocks. This guy is so funny. That's what he is. I like this. It's pretty awesome. I'm just trying to seismic. So how about next week on Raw, the return of Aggressive Wallow, event special guest, also the new date, and then has it on Raw. So what do you guys think? So let me know what you guys think on my live chat. Comment right here. So continue. So the interview cannot be any colder than it is now. And it once felt like a good so non-title program into a women's division became in 2 months about reporting before 90 adjustment instant message pre-packing here. So, oh yes, right, I did read that one part. And your live interview Randy Orton, but Safabo has cancelled it. He did to himself, has a lesson kettle to him, a reminder that forces my head. Oh yeah, something like that. I just read that a long time ago. So here's the next match. So we have Stephanie McHugh goes 1-1 against Raquel Rodriguez. Last hit info has Stephanie McHugh on your feet Raquel on Raw of February 2nd and lost a gauntlet match to Bayley on Raw March 9th. And you have Women's World Champion Stephanie McHugh and Bob McHugh, who was has just complained by McHugh at Royal Rumble winner in number 1 Nintendo has Liv Morgan at the ringside. When he was a troll that analysis only sending a message to her at WrestleMania 42 opponent and that Morgan has set for as a spell to sit outside to kill. Rodriguez sent Jimmy Fakil into the ring post and knocking her out. Agent just back from the break, and Big Stacey Jossman set full asses emphasizing her size and strength. Also advertising to control the piece and keep the 7 running for her way back into the bout. A sign that there was kiss, but the moment made her presence fail. Agent ran into the air sky has arrived on the scene, finding that a hair taunt at the ringside, only to be passed able to announce table by Rodriguez back into the ring that called her opponent with a roll up and puts it win. And the winner of this match, Stephanie Fakil. Either of these two have strong and in-ring chemistry and have yet to have a bad match. And about how many times do we have to see them fall off on TV? Instead of a guy, the parents' second seat will be involved with a kill in some way at WrestleMania. I get with women's matches hunted at whole just it is difficult to imagine how WWE will fit them all on just the main card, but they are so far was awesome in the end. The booking one of the best pro wrestlers on this planet against a competitor who has closely been strong in recent months. Instead of Stephen Fakil, winning was the right call, but this feud with the Morgan needs a little more calculating to get a true the next 4 weeks. So this is our main event assessment. So CM Punk and Roman Reigns face to face. So our last info asks CM Punk on defending Finn Balor and Mrs. Symbol February 28th, and Roman Reigns wants a Royal Rumble in January 34th. So, welcome to my ring, welcome to my main event. Roman Reigns said that he came face to face with CM Punk instant marquee promo assessment of this week. So Roman Reigns insults at Punk could not mean inventing a scoping tool and not bring to the big money bottle that his wife is, and CM Punk stopped to try to see from and he was leaving. I've been telling him he would tell Reigns when he could leave and then about to beat him until WrestleMania 42. I did for all insults. It was the OTC has been calling support Sabian and all that on him a hard right hand to face of Wall Garrison Manager Adam Peels and old Debbie Reed has the producers to was in the ring in time to put the best into the world away and leaving Roman Reigns to seeds IOP into so the camera has it so way off so the air. Into the backstage, Bailey in live Fakia, we are covered by Kobe Waddles and wasn't teased competing for the tag team titles at WrestleMania in the background. Austin Theory could be seen talking to Matthew Dupree because the supposed to be in the Hot Chronic Women's Division has a competitor. Also at backstage, it was Aaron Knight singing with the Usos and informed them that they have a good thing going on, but Rhea Ripley is back and they can be on the same page. I guess that the crowd was really hot for this main event, Pommel assessment, and Punk missing. I heard what Punk said. He missed about tomorrow, so he was screaming that calling Roman Reigns by his first name would be an insult to his former Ring of Honor teammates. It was like Punk played to Reigns' weakness by missing his father 2 weeks ago, as the Travis C played his own mind games. I've been reminding Punk that he's in a young man games that would join the first person of this feud in early Roman Reigns a Muslim victory in where James continues to exotic against presence. Anderson's assessment himself was less stressful than almost with a whole lot of insults, and this one felt like it was Buckley went out for one way to get the open hand, and that makes sense to considering the last one as a clear and Candace's Punk wins. So here's a last one here. So Andrew, who is this guy, and he is a vacant person. And this man will never run out of giving us the full reactions has his image. So Roman Reigns point has Larry, the body in a bag about to bring some real dead or loved ones into this feud. So Andrew Reed really needs a full Thomas to the main event, and so not some lazy and wannabe has a wrestler who only wants the main event spotlight, only because he can't work any place as a man called. So, if we notice Roman Reigns has to receive. So I've been hoping. So I was thinking about. I'm hoping also a wise family shows up tonight. So this way you see when that comes out into WrestleMania. I just the biggest star on this planet. Was it in class of icons and powerful legacy? And just that kind of mindset it wasn't being built for. So who is that guy in this video? So let's bring back OCD again. So anyway, it's going to comment to a guy who Cody says retired John Cena and AC Styles can't even get on Raw. I hope it bringing back soon. I like Gunther because I've been watching his podcast. So that's what he did. So this bring back the head of the table Dean, my travel Steve. I would notice him as a travel Steve. So that's it for this week. So let's be more things here. I will be done for this week here. So I'm currently not going to call you so because that movie is only to a Will Samoan who I love very much. And CM Punk is returning to Mind Games with Roman Reigns for months. So maybe you should call someone so to remind you who the Tribal Chief is. And meanwhile, the last time Punk saw Samoa Joe, and it was 0 point in saying this on Raw. I get that point. I understand that. Into Samoa Joe when he heard this. I bet Samoa Joe was in a free promo for a couple of years. Now he was in AEW now. So this way you see where that goes. So did he call him Sonny? Sonny is a K. And until Punk said, stop calling me Phil. Yeah, for your books. Oh, I guess that's neat. So that is to remind the people like Samoa Joe and Cook Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns on the same night. And yet it's getting very heating up. I'm only waiting to see who throws that first punch. And CM Punk is cutting good on the mic time and then I got. So this way you see that plays out. So why don't you go ask your wife? So, wow, this is crazy. The Punk drops woman in this feud for months. I'd like to say something about Ronda Rousey. And Punk said, I got to call him old. I really loved it. And Punk is crashing out. He was called old. Is kind of my AC. Richard Roman Reigns is playing better mind games with Punk than he spended favorite books first. So, as it was, it's funny. AVP has more matches this year than Roman Reigns has. I like Roman in God made and this Sauceman. This was weak promo from above of them. It's been months. So, Roman Reigns is right to see a Punk is played out time and holding that world title is a embarrassment. And Roman Reigns will always be the face of this division and pay to Raw. So, this is crazy. So this is our last one here. It gives you also fall from all between Punk and Roman Reigns. When it assassinate. So, into Roman Reigns, why didn't you stand up and fight back? So Usos and his family wouldn't be part of this. And you got ready at WrestleMania. So, and you're not better looking than me. Okay, Roman Reigns got CM Punk to do. The Punk is likely but Roman Reigns. So, it's a great way to close the show of just hanging up between Punk and Reigns. So, we have MVP in overall grade. And yes, it was a strong episode of Raw, but it never quite was as good as the opening segment when over Femi dropped Brock Lesnar with a powerbomb and pointing to the WrestleMania sign. Right, do? It was cause it was in it leads the groundwork for the hate soldier after a year. It made it so. Albert Femi in his most independent traffic to the date. And was delivered so good and had such wrestling world. You see his name so brutal and on MVP on Sports at night. I guess the show as a whole was one of the better over in recent weeks, thanks to its some great in-ring actions and highlights by Penta against Viking Lee. So Women's Division was probably in waffly, so we got WrestleMania the promise up in down to 22.5 hours. And yes, the main event topic did not hit quick and like said it always before it, but it did if I said and just full story. Was it a quality show that wasn't in the competition in my book to build has WrestleMania 42 and makes for a thumbs up. So let me just wrap this up here in a minute. So let me see here. So let's go to my YouTube polls right away. And that's it for this week. So give me 1 second here. So we got 100% we liked it. Tonight's on the wall. 3% is right, and 7% didn't like it. So let's go to my live Instagram polls. So we got 9% really liked it. And we have 12% is alright. And then 5% didn't like it. So let's go to my Twitter poll. So we got 100% really liked it tonight on Raw. 2% is alright. And 2% didn't like it. So that's it for this week, you guys. So I'll see when I go live stream on my next review, when I go live on Wednesday and on from AEW Dynamite is so much more. So we get one schedule, Spotify occupied Spotify Radio, and Podcast Engine is so much more. So I hope you guys have a great Monday. And we will see you guys on Wednesday on AEW Dynamite and so much more. So I hope you guys have a great Monday. Have a rest of your week. I'll seconds next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.